Hello, Richard.
Hello, Una.
Welcome to another episode. Excuse me. Welcome to another episode of Cranial
She's a man, baby.
Diarrhea, coming to you from Area 57. I am Tiff.
I am Run DMC, because I got the trot diarrheas.
Do you really?
No.
Oh.
But that's a cool band name, Run Diarrhea Run.
Guess
That's
it's a good
it.
thing you're right by the door.
That's my new band name. I'm going to start a band called Run Diarrhea Run. Our hit song's going to be Muddy Waters.
Muddy water.
A muddy slide.
Shit in the water.
Our hit song's going to be Shart, yes or no. Shart, yes or no.
Shart.
I heard
Shart.
you read, I think it
Let it all out. Anyway. What's the plan?
I was starting to do a Sandman version. Drop your pants, hit the commode. It's gotta flow. Cause your butt's rumbling now. Don't stand up, it's coming again. You better shout it out. Poop with one eye open. Holding your butt cheeks tight.
I don't know of anybody. Hang
Diarrhea.
on. I don't know of anyone that poops with their eyes closed.
I don't either, but it's just...
Unless you are
But
really
you get
straining.
The best line of that song is, clenching your butt cheeks tight. Diarrhea.
You're shaking the whole. You're shaking
Diarrhea.
everything.
Feels so good. Flows just like it should. When this show went off the rails.
Did you just say diarrhea feels good?
Well, it's just coming to me as I was singing. I was creating, using those creative flows.
You should stop doing that.
It's going to be the next hit song.
You should stop doing that.
Metallica's going to call and say, can we record that? Could you imagine that as a Pepto-Bismol commercial? Diarrhea. Diarrhea. It's really starting to flow again.
Why wouldn't they use the old classic?
I'm just saying. I might have $1 million idea. Don't poop on my
No, but I'm just saying, why not use the classic diarrhea song?
Well, they changed it to that.
No. I mean, the one we used to sing as kids. Well, not you. I don't know if you did, but the one that we used to sing as kids when I was little.
Oh, yeah, about running down your shoe and all that stuff.
Yeah.
People think it's fanny, but it's really your granny, or you think it's
No,
your granny and it's
like
really your
when
fanny.
you're climbing up a ladder and you feel something splatter. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. That.
People think it's your granny, but it's really your fanny. Diarrhea. Diarrhea. Is this the topic of our show?
No. I don't know how we got
My
here.
story does have to do with a big dump.
What story?
The story we're going to... Aren't we doing the new show?
The news?
Yeah.
I did not do that.
Oh, what are we doing?
Oh, I hope the mic didn't catch that.
Pick
that up.
Diarrhea.
No, my stomach. I'm hungry.
Well, you should have had a protein bar downstairs.
Oh, yeah. I should have gotten a drink, too.
Yeah, you should have. We're not doing the news?
I mean, I can try to wing it, but...
But I thought we were doing the story.
Yeah, but I didn't prepare for that.
Oh, so what are we doing then?
We were going to do the laws.
Oh, the laws. Well, you do the law and I'll do a story this time, because I thought we went on stories because you sent me the Bigfoot story. So we'll do one of each.
So, to recap, I thought we were doing one show, and he thought we were doing another.
That's about normal for us, isn't it? That's what makes it so fun. But we do have a new diarrhea song for Pepto-Bismol. So let's hear the law. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Oh, did we do introductions?
I did mine.
Okay.
You
good.
said you were diarrhea, or you were diarrhea. You had diarrhea.
I'm Captain Diarrhea.
So, did you know
I did not.
that in Oklahoma, it is illegal to eavesdrop?
Really? Mm-hmm. So what do people do in restaurants in Oklahoma?
Not eavesdrop.
You ever notice? Because I don't pay
I would be in jail all the time. Because I am a nosy motherfucker.
See, I'm not. I could care less. I
Oh, man,
never
I'm
notice
nosy.
anyone Are you one of those people that can tell what, like, 4 tables back to the left behind you?
I do have excellent hearing.
Yeah,
I do have excellent hearing when I want to hear something.
I don't pay any attention. Look, when I'm in a restaurant and you bring me food, I care less about anything else. My burger's in front of me.
You're missing all the good drama.
No, I'm getting all the good food.
You're missing all the good drama.
Say what? Okay, so tell me some drama you've heard in a restaurant.
I don't know. Nothing comes to mind, but I'm just saying, like...
See? But I can
you get to... It's almost... It's like people watching, right?
See, I don't do that either. I don't care.
It's so much more fun to people watch if you can hear the conversation.
But why? Why do people watch? I don't get that. Everybody's just living
fun.
their life. Let them do their thing.
It's fun. I like to narrate.
I don't do the people watching.
Paul was walking down the beach when he tripped over a seashell. Oh no, Paul.
John said to Mary, "Did you see that?" And Mary said, "What?" He said, "It was something very nice." And she goes, "It's a very short subject."
Bethany was coming out of the ocean as if she was on as blah, 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 as if she was in Baywatch, and then her trunks fell off. She doesn't wear trunks. Girls don't wear trunks.
And then the beach evacuated.
All I'm saying is, like, it's. I think it's fun to create stories for people.
So wait a minute. You watch people and create stories in your mind as they go.
Yeah, that's like I don't know thing? Like I don't know my neighbors, but I've given them names.
Is this another thing, like seeing colors when you see people or something?
No, I don't know.
Is this another thing?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to research this.
But like somebody across, like not directly across the street, but like diagonal. They moved out now. You know, they've been gone a long time, but I never learned their names. So the guy was like stupid tall. Okay, like crazy tall. So I nicknamed them Lurch and Linda.
Did you ever say that to them? Do you ever mess up and say that?
No, I never talked to them. I never talked to my neighbors.
Slowed by 53 broken registry entries. You might want to fix that.
You can fix it later.
Okay, we'll do that.
I don't know what a broken registry entry is.
So you give people weird names?
Not weird names. Like if I don't know your name, like.
So you don't do like normal, like like for guys, if you see somebody that's really tall, you call him Shorty.
No.
So if you see somebody tall, you call him Lurch.
Well, that guy, he reminded me of Lurch.
Who is Lurch?
From the Addams Family. You know the big tall dude? You know what I'm talking about. You're just fucking around pretending you don't. I knew it.
Man, I was going to let you explain it.
I knew it.
But I decided not to. But so you give people names. So is that illegal in Arkansas or Oklahoma?
Oklahoma. Do you want to hear, okay, so let me tell you about the law.
Yeah, tell me the law.
So it was enacted in 1910.
That's a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's 110 years ago.
Oh.
Did people even live close enough back then to eavesdrop?
So the law says every person guilty of secretly loitering about any building with intent to overhear discourse therein and to repeat or publish the same to vex, annoy, or injure others is guilty of a misdemeanor.
To vex.
To vex.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Piss off, I guess.
I'm going to vex you off.
I'm not really sure.
Vex off, buddy.
I don't really know.
So what are you supposed to do? Like, okay, say if we're sitting in an airport or something, okay, and people sit down beside us, and we're talking, they're naturally going to hear what we say, so shouldn't you just, like, know that people are listening and not talk about important stuff?
Well, you would think.
Now, if they sat down and heard our conversation, then
probably... But there are situations, and I'm guilty of it, where, like, I was guilty of it last weekend, where we were at a vineyard. Oh. And I had enough...
Rich people.
I had enough... I was bombed. Okay, let's just be real. I was going to try to put it delicately. There's no way to put that delicately. I was done. Like, I was gone.
You really shouldn't do that for your diabetes.
But I don't give a shit.
Well, you will if you drink enough. It'll give you diarrhea.
Anyway.
But
I'm not usually one to be like, here's all my emotional trauma. Right? But I had surpassed the basic white girl, let's go get a tattoo drunk. And I had veered into...
Wait a minute, time out.
I need therapy drunk.
There's levels of drunkenness?
For me.
Oh.
The first level is I'm really chill, I'm having a good time, whatever. The second level is I get really funny. Well, I think I'm funny. I'm probably not that funny, but I think I'm funny. And then the next level is basic white girl. I want to go get a tattoo. I want to plan girls trips. Like, I want to do all those things. And then the last level, or not, the next to last level is I want to do a deep dive on all of my emotional trauma and share all of my dark history with everyone. And then the very last level
Just pass out.
is what everyone calls baby giraffe, because I can't hardly walk on my own. I'm like done. I'm done. I don't like to get to that level. I don't like to get to the emotional distress level. Okay? I like to stay at basic white girl level.
See, I don't have levels. Like, if I drink, it's just like, I'm going to get tired and I'm going to go to sleep.
No, I get... And you know what's funny is I didn't even think I drank that much. But my point is, in that situation, like in a normal situation, no, I would not be talking about things that I didn't want anyone walking by to hear. But in that situation, I don't give a shit.
Well, here's the thing. But if you don't give a crap and you say it, then it's there for anybody to hear. It's not on them. It's on you.
Right, but and so what this law is saying is that if
Well,
you
that law's dumb.
listen, if you use that information that you have learned via eavesdropping, it's a misdemeanor.
But,
Like if you use it to harm me.
But is it really eavesdropping if you're hollering out your information?
Not if you're, I mean, if I wasn't hollering out. Like I wasn't on the table screaming.
That's a whole different level of trauma.
I don't think I've
Let's
ever
hope
been
not.
that I've never been that
Been
messed
there.
up.
No, I'm just kidding.
No. So,
But I mean, if you say it and you talk about it in public, don't you give up that right of privacy? Why would it be against the law?
I don't know. I didn't put this law in place.
Because
Why
if-
are you arguing with me?
I'm just sitting there eating my cheeseburger, minding my business, and you talking about all this stuff, and I hear it, and then, well, it is what it is.
I didn't make this a thing.
Let's do away with this law.
Well, you can go on to Oklahoma and make that happen.
But on the other side of that, I don't pay attention to people, so I can't tell you what anybody really said.
Okay.
So that law wouldn't affect me.
So,
But it is an interesting law. Was anybody ever persecuted for it?
I don't know.
I
We're not
wonder-
doing deep dives like that.
I wonder if Oklahoma even knows it's still on the books.
I have no idea. In Skamania,
Where is that?
probably saying that wrong, County, Washington, a law was enacted
It's
in
actually
1969 that made it illegal to kill Bigfoot.
Now, see, if they'd have done that in 1969, the story you sent me would have never happened.
That is a win for Una and John.
I think so. They didn't even have to assess the situation.
The law has since been amended to establish
Oh, so
Bigfoot.
now it's okay to kill a Bigfoot?
No, it's been amended to establish Bigfoot as an endangered species.
Really?
Yes.
But they spot him everywhere. I think I saw him at the 7-Eleven last night. Why is it when people talk about spotting Bigfoot, we automatically go, and I'm from the South, but we automatically go to that Southern drawl?
Because, for
I
obvious reasons.
spotted Bigfoot over there at that there
Because
7-Eleven last night. He was over there getting
The
him
southern
a
accent,
bagel.
makes us sound uneducated.
But that's not true.
I understand that.
What is that?
This?
Yes.
It's vape juice.
That's a whole lot of vape juice. Are you like planning on having a bad evening or something? Look at this. Hold that up. Look at that. It's
Wait,
like,
I don't want to show the brand.
It's like bigger than a baby bottle. That's a lot of vape juice.
I like it.
It's like a lot like the Bigfoot.
No, I just didn't know
You like it like Una likes her Bigfoot.
if I was running low or not. So, I just brought more. I just brought the bottle so I could fill up.
So they repealed the law.
No, they amended it.
So if you amend the law that says you can't kill Bigfoot, then you can kill Bigfoot, right?
No, they amended it to add that he was on the endangered species
Look,
list.
I'm going to say this. If Bigfoot gets me trapped in a corner and it's a choice between me and him, he got to go. How would the law apply then?
I don't know. That's not my problem. I don't anticipate ever being in that situation.
Should Bigfoot wear shoes? Could you
I don't know.
imagine if he went into a shoe store? It's a size 42.
Ow.
Shaq would be going, I thought you said you had a Bigfoot. It's small compared to mine. Isn't Shaq like a size 18 or something? Or maybe bigger? I don't know.
I don't make it a habit of knowing celebrity shoe sizes.
I just know it's like something like ridiculous. Wow. This is really piquing your interest, I can see.
So here's a law that was enacted in 2017.
Oh, wow, that's only like 6 years ago.
I would be, like, they would put me under the jail.
Uh-oh.
You can't cuss in public in Rockville, Maryland.
She gone.
If you swear every time you stub your toe or drop your keys, don't move to Rockville, Maryland. Swearing in public is against the law. If you're overheard dropping a four-letter word on the street, it's a misdemeanor worth a $100 fine.
What if you say, like, you stomp your toe and you go, fruit?
My God, I'd be broke.
You would be.
$100 every time I dropped a four-letter word?
Yeah, that's pocket change to you rich people, though.
What do you think I do for a living?
Evidently, you go to the vineyard
Not for a living.
and pay excessive amounts for wine.
If I go to the vineyard to drink wine for a living, like that's a problem.
Go to the vineyard.
How do you get that? Is that a thing? Can I have that job?
I don't know. You got to check into it.
Why do I keep like leaning down to
I'm not sure.
just bring the damn thing to me?
I was kind of wondering what you were doing.
So anyway,
That's a weird law, too.
yeah,
I wonder if they really enforce that.
I don't know.
And if a police officer does that, can you be like, start hollering, citizens arrest, citizens arrest?
Here's one that will apply to you. So I'm just gonna say it exists in South Carolina, so you should probably stay away from there.
Been there.
And then we need to figure out what other states, because it says among other states.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you can't set off stink bombs.
It's called natural gas.
Not from you.
And the government is drilling for natural gas. My natural gas brings everybody to the yard. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah.
So actually, the stink bombs themselves have chemicals in them that can be toxic.
Well, if you eat broccoli and stuff, sure.
And so like most states are like you can't use those. Only police
So what do
officers
people-
can use
what do
them.
people that live in those states, if they have to fart, where do they go? They run for the border?
I was being facetious.
Oh, I thought we were being factual.
No.
Oh, you're talking about like the fireworks stink bomb.
Here's one that really does apply to you.
Okay.
This is in San Francisco, California. It was enacted in 1867. Okay.
It's a long time ago. That's 100
This
years before
this
I was
applies to you, so you
born.
need
Did you
to
know
keep
that? That's exactly 100 years before I was born, 1867.
you need to keep this in mind if you ever go to San Francisco.
Okay, I won't. I will never go to San Francisco. but
You
okay.
can't walk down the street if you're ugly.
Well, I don't have that problem. I'm handsome. Just ask me.
Look at the head, big old head.
I'm handsome.
So actually, this law.
Who's to be the judge of that?
Hang on. It's so the law. The initial statement is funny, but the law itself is not funny. Because when they're referring to ugly, they're referring to disfiguring disabilities. People with disfiguring disabilities.
And this is from one of those sanctuary cities.
Well, this was also in 1867.
Oh, surely that they need to. I bet nobody even knows that law's on the book.
Yeah. Back in that day, people who were deemed too unsightly for the public eye were slapped with a $25 fine a $25 fine, which equates to $400 today.
Wow,
Yeah. For having a disfigurement.
that's just unreal.
I know, right? Quit reading my paper.
That's ridiculous. Like I don't have my glasses on. Like I can really even see anything.
Forgot you're blind.
That's ridiculous. Why would you? What gives you the right to judge somebody, San Francisco?
Well, this
What gives you
again. This was back in 1867.
Okay, people in 1867 in San Francisco. What gives you that
Yeah.
right? People in San Francisco now, y'all need to repeal that law.
So anyway, this next law was enacted in 1980, and I don't know about you, but I do this all the time. So now that I know that it's illegal in Alabama,
Yeah, you. Go
I
to
can be
Alabama.
careful. Yeah, you can't drive blindfolded.
Man, they take all the fun.
I know.
I mean, don't you ever just
I know.
drive and like want to close your eyes? I mean, just take a nap. It's like a 30-second nap. Put a blindfold on, take a quick nap.
The weirdest thing.
I still don't understand. Why are you driving blindfolded?
Like, what was happening in Alabama that made this have to be a law?
Well,
Like, what were y'all doing?
me and old Rat over here on a Saturday night, we was driving down there to the drag races, and I bet old Rat.
What
he
did I
couldn't-
say? That 1980.
Yeah, I bet old Rat he couldn't remember the way to the drag races.
1980. So my grandparents and all of their siblings and like that whole side of the family, they lived down in Mobile. Like, what was my grandfather? Was like granddaddy like flying down Airport Boulevard blindfolded?
No,
like,
I'm telling you what happened.
well, what was happening?
I'm telling you what happened. Two Alabamians. One of them bet the other and said, "Oh, Rat, I bet you can't make it down to the speedway without looking." So they put a blindfold on him, and then so he made it. He only hit 3.
And it's funny when you read, like, this is what the law means, but the actual law itself makes sense.
Okay. How are you going to make this one make
Okay,
sense?
so the law is basically saying that you cannot drive a car that is so fully packed with things that you can't see. So let's say I'm moving, right? And my car is like packed to the brim. Like, I've got shit in the passenger seat, all in the back.
Okay.
I can't see out the back window.
That
like,
brings up a whole nother. If it says fully packed so you can't see, somebody's putting stuff in the front windshield. Oh, hey, we're moving, let's put it up here.
listen, it's a problem, apparently.
Okay, now I know why they put notes on plastic bags to not put it over your head and breathe. It has to be for Alabama.
Do you want to hear about a law in Kentucky?
Sure, let's go to Kentucky. Let's go north.
We don't know when this law was enacted. But in Kentucky, you cannot marry the same man 4 times.
So 3 times is okay.
3 times is okay. 4 times is a no-no.
Have you ever heard of anybody marrying
It's like
the same person
it's like
3
Kentucky's
times?
like, just stop it.
just stop.
Just stop it.
Have you ever heard of anybody marrying the same person 3 times, 4 times?
Well,
I've never heard of 3 or 4 times like this. That's
not 3 or 4, but my grandparents married each other twice, and not a vow renewal.
I was gonna say, was it a vow renewal or
No,
something?
they divorced, and then years later they reconnected, and well, not reconnect. They had children together, but obviously, I'm here. But they got remarried, and my mom and my other dad did the same shit. They got divorced. I think they were divorced for like 2 or 3 years, and then they got remarried.
Wouldn't it just been easier to take like a 2-week vacation?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't guess I really ever thought about that. Maybe we ought to find somebody to set the record and do like divorce and marry like 5 times just to do it.
Not it.
I wonder if you have to repay. Can you just like say, hey, we already have an old marriage certificate. Can we like skip the fee and just
No,
reuse
because
that?
once you're legally divorced, that marriage certificate isn't a thing. Like, it's
But
obviously.
can you annul a divorce?
I don't think so. Otherwise, why would you go all the way with
So
a divorce?
You get married, you get divorced, you annul the divorce. You get married, you annul the marriage, you get divorced. You annul that.
I don't know. I don't know. There's no way to like stop that from happening, because you can't be like make a mandatory separation period, because you've got situations where like there's abuse happening or things like that, and like people really need to get out of those relationships.
Oh no, I'm not. I mean, hey,
So I don't know that there's
Listen, here's
a
something.
way, but Kentucky's like after 3 you're done.
yeah, my thing is everybody do your own thing. It is what it is,
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah, you shouldn't be in an unsafe.
But I feel like that's a
condition.
lot of money,
But if you're in an unsafe,
because you're having to pay for 3 weddings, 4 weddings, 5 weddings to the same person.
Here's my thing though. If you're in an unsafe condition that you think you're in an unsafe condition, why would you remarry that same person and get her back in that condition?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if a state were to try to enact like a mandatory separation period before they allow a divorce, regardless of what number that is, even if it's the first divorce, right? Or your only divorce or whatever. If they're trying to enact like a separation period to keep people from remarrying the same person over and over and over, even though that they don't have any inkling that could be a thing.
Here's something that would work. When you see somebody that's married the same person and they're going in for like the third time, just go, act like you got some sense.
You know,
just
and I would think just
twice,
from
twice. Okay, I can see that.
That's pushing it.
You can get mad at somebody and whatever.
But like after, I don't know, if I'm already married to you and we get divorced and we decide to get back together, we're not getting married. We'll be a couple, but I'm not going down that road again.
I guess I don't know. I mean, like I said, everybody live your life, but act like you got some sense about you.
So here's a law in Louisiana that was upsetting for me. And really? I think it's going to be upsetting for you.
Okay.
So this law was enacted in 1999, okay?
1999. Don't you want to go?
In Louisiana, you cannot surprise someone with a pizza. So this law was enacted to prevent people from being forced to foot the bill for food they didn't order.
Oh, you're talking about
So as long as you're gifting the pizza to someone and it's like,
so it's not like I show up with
paid
a
in full
surprise and I get arrested.
No.
I was thinking maybe Ronald McDonald was like one of the legislatures for this.
Yeah, you can't surprise people with
Burger
pizza.
King and Wendy got together. And
you can only surprise people with Big Macs.
Yes.
My lips are chapped.
I seen this thing the other day where some guy pulled up and it's like they brought Ronald McDonald back. I don't even remember what it was on, but it was stupid as all get out, but it was funny because the guy ordered like 3 cheeseburgers and a fry and he goes, "Is that all for you, big boy?" That's what Ronald said. I was like, that's funny. I would so do that.
That's a little judgy.
That's some weird laws.
Mm-hmm. Those are just the ones that I thought would be funny, and it's not as funny as I thought they were when I was doing it by myself. So that's fine.
So maybe you need to have a few drinks before you decide what's funny next time. Get to that level. That was interesting. I just I don't know. It's just weird. I'm not going to surprise you with a pizza.
Oh.
And in Alabama, I'm definitely not going to drive blindfolded.
Oh, I am.
As soon as I hit the border, I'll take the blindfold off.
100%. I'm driving blindfolded.
You should try that, like when the officer pulls you over. What, are you blind? Well, actually, yes. I've always wondered, like, you go to some of these drive-thrus and they have Braille up on the drive-thru.
Same thing with ATMs. Like, it never made sense. Not ATM, but like the drive-thru ATMs at the bank.
How is... yeah.
I mean, maybe if you're like chauffeuring someone and they want to order for themselves.
Okay, that's possible. I didn't think about that. Okay, that could work. But I was just like, I don't know. Things that make you go,
Things that make you go,
It's Kermit the Frog going, Hey, we did that at the same time. Oh, Lord.
Oh, my gosh.
Well, that was kind of interesting.
Not really. I regret doing this whole show.
The first part was really funny. We could just do diarrhea songs. Ooh, diarrhea, I love the way you run down my leg
Ooh,
today.
Child, things are gonna get stickier.
Whoop, there it is. And that happens when you have it, especially like after you eat at a Mexican restaurant. I mean, it's like, whoop, there it is. You better back that thing up fast.
You're the only person I know that just thrives on poop jokes. Just poop jokes.
I don't know.
All the time.
It's just funny.
Poop.
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 You said poop.
Poop jokes.
Jokes. But you laughed. You thought it was funny.
I'm laughing at you,
Is
not
there
with
a
you.
state with a law that says there's a like telling poop jokes is illegal?
I have no idea. You should look that up.
Well, I actually thought we were doing a news story, so I went with the news story. But I'll save that for next time. It is about taking a dump. About a dump, though. It's about a dump of pasta
I know exactly what you're
in
talking
New
about.
Jersey. That's pretty cool.
That happened like weeks ago.
Yeah, you didn't say it had to be happening like now.
Touche.
The funny thing I thought about it was the people that were investigating it, they're saying they didn't know if it was cooked or if it just got limp from the rain.
Well, you know, they finally found out what.
Did they?
Yeah.
Do you know what the cleanup was called? Mission Impossible. That's actually in the article. I cracked up. So what was it from?
Oh,
Let me guess. A Chinese restaurant?
no. It was like this, I think it was a vet who was like trying to get rid of his mother's stockpile of food
So he
or
couldn't
something
just
like
eat it?
that. And she had like 1,000,000 pounds of pasta.
So he just threw it down by the river? Was he living in a van down by the river?
Living in a van down by the river.
He's a motivational speaker.
Matt Foley.
Chris Farley's mom. Anyway,
Anywho.
I guess that's gonna do it for another one, huh?
Yeah.
Remember the new Pepto Bismol song? That's the highlight.
Your dog.
It's not my dog.
That's very
Granddaughter's
much
dog.
your dog right now.
Granddaughter's dog. I
Okay.
should send it home with me.
Oops.
Well, until next show. That's that was me doing listen to my imitation of a dog.
Okay.
Good imitation, huh?
Okay. Goodbye, Richard.